Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to today's video. So I came across this video and I'm here to react with you all about this particular one. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. It's a Swedish video and it says 10 things I hate about living in Sweden. So I am here to react with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, share and comment. So let's get started.
A simply incredible video about 10 reasons why I like living here in Sweden. But then I thought, fuck it, I mean the internet is it's filled with way too many positive things as it is. So I thought I'd make another video explaining, talking about 10 reasons I really hate living in this fucking country. So for instance, between about October and March, most of Sweden for most of the time is covered in complete soul-crushing darkness. The sun just don't show up during 6 months of the year, Swedish summers are fine and Stockholm is lovely when the sun is out, But this doesn't make up for the months of depressing shit that's being pushed down your throat during the winter months here, in my opinion. There's a reason Swedish people are known to just stand in the sun for a while during the spring. Every Swedish person is essentially a fucking Dark Souls character. Now, number 2 might have something to do with this darkness, because it's mirrored in the people as well. It's a very known cultural thing here in Sweden that Swedish people have this sort of ice-cold barrier around themselves, that is very difficult to crack socially. This does not apply for Swedes living abroad, interacting with other Swedes, or Swedes in Sweden interacting with foreigners. So unless you're also a Swedish person watching this is like impossible for me to prove. And if you are Swedish, then but yeah, there's something going on between Swedes, or rather there's nothing going on between Swedes. It's good in the sense that Swedish people have very high respect for people's, personal space and stuff. But, random interactions with strangers is a big fucking no. Most Swedish people would rather run a cheese grater along their gooch than have eye contact with a stranger on the tube, Next one, Sweden is fucking tiny. And there's gonna be like lots of unfair stuff in this video, but fuck it. It can't help it, but size matters to me. It's obviously all relative. I mean, my penis is way bigger than a thimble. If you come from a town with a population smaller than the sub count for this channel, Skövde, maybe? I don't know. Then Stockholm might seem like a big city to you. Having lived in London and Tokyo, though, I don't think it is. I feel that big cities are the most open-minded areas. You're surrounded by so many fucking people that it's impossible to feel alienated or out of place, because there's always going to be someone who's even weirder than you are, So for instance, if I wanted to roll down a high street in London on, roller skates, dressed as a banana with a jukebox playing the Swedish national anthem, shouting about how much I love my toast just right, then people wouldn't look at me twice. They've most likely seen something even weirder just like the same morning. If I did the same thing on Drottninggatan, however, I would be on the local news for the next month. The number 4 on this list is connected to this. There are pretty much no 24/7 corner shops here in Stockholm. This sucks the anus. One of the things I miss the most from living in both London and Tokyo is that you could just pop down the corner at any time during the day and then buy whatever you need. This probably has to do with the sort of excellent worker rights and conditions here in Sweden. We don't want to force people to work awkward hours too much. But still, I do miss being piss drunk and being able to buy some Reese's from the poor underpaid guy on the corner, Or go there to top up on some beer and wine for the party in the fucking park. Which brings me to the next point. Jesus. Fucking Systembolaget, number 5. This is number 5, yes. Now, the idea behind Systembolaget is a good one, I suppose. But fuck me, it sucks. For those of you who don't know, it is not possible in Sweden to buy alcohol from regular shops like you can in pretty much every other country around the world. You can only buy alcohol stronger than 3.5% at a licensed pub or restaurant, or at Systembolaget, which is the state-owned company with a complete monopoly on this shit. This is as close as we are to the socialist nightmare here, So let's say, for instance, that me and my partner are in bed after some steaming hot sex, and we both crave a post-anal White Russian, Then my brother can't simply pop down to the corner shop and buy some Kahlua. We have to wait to the next day when Systembolaget opens, Unless it's a Sunday, because it's fucking closed on Sundays. This sucks. Now, I might have lost some of you in number 5 there with, the reference to me and my brother having some sexy time. But let me bring you back to the moist side by bringing up the Swedish housing market.
Guys, totally out of it. With the cuss word he's using, is just so hilarious, okay? Everything he's just saying is funny to me. Every country has their own way of living, okay? Swedish have their own way of living. UK and Japanese, or is it Japanese or Japan, has their own way of living as well. So you can't compare the three countries together. I don't know why he's always using a curse word in each word he's saying. I'm laughing because of the way he said it. And the last one knocked me off when he said about having a sex with his partner. Then he now pop up his brother in the conversation. Like, how did he relate? Seriously. Alright guys, if you find this weird and hilarious, let me know in the comment section, okay? Do you agree with whatever he's saying? Let me know in the comment section. So please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and keep on watching. So let's find out more.
This shit is frustrating to the tits, you know. I slipped into this rental flat in central Stockholm on the biggest fucking räkmacka you can imagine, you know. Most people my age either live outside the city or have incredibly rich fucking parents who have bought an apartment for them, you know. And if you want a bigger apartment than this one in this part of town, you will literally have to wait about 50 plus years to get one. I went on a walk with my dad through one of these areas a while back, and we talked about how literally the only people who were allowed to live there were people who signed up for the queue system SKB back in the fucking 1960s. Compare that to me getting a place to live in London after looking for about a week, perhaps? Or like a month, tops, in Tokyo, you know? Now, I mean, sure, the London one might be shared with, you know, 5 other people, one of whom is a mold monster that was born in the bathroom, and the Tokyo one might be, you know, 2.5 square meters big, but still, they were easy to find, at least. Now, number 7, Felix Herngren can go fuck himself. Number 8. This next reason is completely uncalled for. But I kind of don't like Swedish. It's, I don't know, or rather, I don't really like myself speaking Swedish, I think. I feel very sluggish and boring. I feel that in Swedish I'm not able to, you know, live out the suave, witty, ball-crushingly charming man that I know that I really am. Probably because I grew up adoring British English. I'm just frustrated that nothing in Swedish can ever come remotely close to sounding as charming as, you know, Hugh Grant in Notting Hill. Number 9, everything in Sweden is a bit too much by the books. Now, what the fuck do I mean by this? Now, this is obviously wonderful when we're talking about, you know, fucking law and order and people behaving in the tvättstuga, you know, but sometimes it can go a bit out of hand. Like, for instance, it is completely unheard of to imagine like a Swedish official, you know, going, it's fine, we can sort of bend the rules a little bit here to just make this situation, you know, this car rental, for instance, or whatever, you know, just a bit more smooth for everyone. It's easier that way. That would almost never happen in Sweden. No, but this is like the rule, liksom. This is the way to do things, you know. It's law, liksom. Nej. Oh. For example, it's common in London to see big apartment buildings with different coloured front doors. There's clearly no set idea or rule for what it should look like. This is impossible in Sweden. In like an apartment building, no one would consider, you know, painting their front door a different color than their neighbors. If you did, you could end up in trouble for breaking the local trivselregler or some shit. Okay, now fine, I mean, getting woken up by your flatmate in London who's had nothing to eat for the last week, apart from injecting anthrax into his eyeballs. That level of fucking nuts is not ideal, perhaps. But I still think that Sweden could learn from that guy. Just a little bit, you know. Let people paint their fucking doors, for instance. It won't hurt anyone. Or rather, the people it will hurt need to get over themselves real quick, you know. And number 10, jantelagen. Snopparnas pittpojk, fan alltså, jävla piss. Or the law of jante, or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Du ska fan inte tro att du är något. Nej. Essentially, you're not supposed to think you're anyone special. Fun, isn't it? Jantelagen is a thing that many people in not just Sweden but like Scandinavia have adopted, and it's very much, it's sort of seeped into the culture. It's everywhere. Okay, fine, parts of it is great, like you're not supposed to brag, no one likes a fucking show off. It's the polar opposite of American, you know, everyone's a winner kind of mentality. No, everyone is a loser, and anyone who thinks otherwise is an obnoxious fuckface. You should behave and be like everyone else, otherwise you're just a dick-waving show-off, you know. So essentially, apart from the free healthcare, the free university tuition, social security, welfare, 5-week paid holiday, and very beneficial paternity leaves, Sweden is just a horrible, horrible place to live. So hello, welcome to the end of the video. We made another one, fuck yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Here is some fan art that I have received. I don't know, I mean, I've received fan art. It's fucking crazy. Thanks, mum, you know. I think I've thanked all of you individually, but fuck it, thanks again. I'm very flattered, but I also definitely expect more in the future. Here's also a list of people who have donated on Twitch, you know, through subs or gift subs or bits or whatever. So thank you all, and especially to Freddy, the top donator. You crazy fucker. I'm still working on the sort of Freddy banner to go up behind every video, but we'll get there. Okay, thank.
This is heavy. Okay, what he said is, the way he placed it is hilarious. Okay, and I don't know how to feel about this particular video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But I love the part where he talked about the free education, the free like I think 5 months. Is it 5 months or 5 weeks paid vacation thereabouts? Then this social security and the rest. Like, even though he said it's suck, but yet he still praised the country at the end of the video. This is quite hilarious to watch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're from Sweden, do you agree with his thoughts? I would like to know in the comment, and I'll see you on my besties in my next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye guys.